In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw left end elevation from a sketch plan. So the first thing you're going to do, you study the given specifications. From the specifications, we have W 600 by 600, W1 1002 by 1002, W2 1005 by 1002, 28 facial board, 30-degree double pitch roof. So for you to draw the left end view, let me show you what the left end view is. To the left hand side is your left end view, to your right hand side is your right end view. And your front view is where you have the step in which you can access the building easily. Then the last part is the rear elevation. So let's start. For you to draw the left end view, you are going to take the measurements of the width of the building. This part is the left end view. So you take the measurements of the width, which is 1000 plus 1000 plus 3005 plus 2005. That gives you a total of 8000. So the first thing you do, you draw 8000, which is 8 centimeter. You measure it 8 centimeter. Before you draw the 8 centimeter, you first bring out the ground level, the natural ground level, using a thin line. Using a thin line, don't forget, it is called the NGL. After you have you have drawn the NGL, the next thing is to pick a point on the line, pick a point on the thin line where you are going to start bringing out the width. Then from that point, you can easily measure out the width of the building, which is 8 centimeters. Mark out your 8 centimeters. Then you can place your set square on the 8 centimeters to draw vertical lines. Project your lines upward. The line must be perpendicular. So project it upward. Repeat the same procedure on the other side. After you are done drawing the perpendicular lines, the next thing to do is to draw your floor level. The floor level is a level that is higher than the natural ground level. The floor level on the specification is, we are using 450 floor level from the natural ground level. So you go back to your drawing, you measure 450 from the natural ground level. Mark out 450. Once you are done, you draw a straight 18 short dashes. To pass through the height of 450 mm. After you are done with the floor level, the next thing is to bring out the height from the floor level to the ceiling. You have to label the natural ground level, which is NGL. This is the natural ground level. You do the same for the floor level, FL. Then you also write the title of the drawing, left end view. Scale 1 to 100. You don't need to label any other thing aside these three. So the next thing is to draw the height from the floor level to the ceiling. The height from the floor level to the ceiling should be 3001. If it's not given in the specification, you can use 3001. So you measure 3001 from the floor level. You mark it out. On the mark, you can put its in line. Then you erase any extension you have. After you have drawn that, you bring out the eave elevation, the eave projection. The eave projection will be given in the specification. So for this drawing, we are using 600. So all you just need to do, measure 600 to your left hand and also 600 to your right hand. After you have done with the measurements, bring out the facial board, and the height of the facial board is 0.3. Your facial board is 300. So from this edge of 600, measure 0.3 upward to your left and 0.3 to your right hand. 0.3 to your left and 0.3 to your right hand. When you are done with that, you go back to the drawing to check the line of the ridge. As you can see, it falls in between the width. So that's to tell us the shape of the roof. So because of this mark, it's going to fall at the middle of the width. So it's going to fall towards your left and towards your right hand side. So the slope is going this way. one to this side and the other one to this side. So when you are trying to view the left end view, you will see the shape of a triangle because the ridge falls in between the width of the building. So to bring out the triangle, you bring out your protractor, center at the edge of the facial board, mark out the angle given in the specification to draw the roof. The angle is 30-degree double pitched roof. So from this point, you measure out 30, mark out 30 to your left, also mark out 30 degrees to your right. Now, when you're marking towards your right, you mark it inside. You can count 10, 20, 30. When you're done with this, you join the angles together from the top of the facial board. Join your angle together. Where two lines meet, an angle is formed. So we've been able to bring out the 30 degrees inclination. After this, the next thing to do, draw parallel lines through the facial board and you drop a perpendicular line at the point of the ridge. Then complete the other side with a parallel line also. Once you are done with this, the next thing is just to bring out the roof covering. Bring out the roof covering by projecting this line outward a bit. The roof covering will just go project a bit outside the facial board. You can use 0.1 or at most 0.2. Then use it to bring out the thickness of the roof covering, which is no more than 0.1. Do it towards your left hand and take it through your right hand side. When you are done with this, bring out the ridge cap. The ridge cap is also 0.1. It's placed on the roofing sheet to prevent the penetration of water from the top. So once you are done with this, erase this part. We're almost done with our front elevation. Then look at the sketch plan again and see what you need to bring out. There is need to draw window 1. Let's see the specification for window 1. Window 1 is 1002 by 1002. Let's see the position of window 1. Window 1 is placed in between 3,500. Window 1 is placed in between 3,500. So all you need to do Take a height of 2001 from the floor level. Take a height of 2001, mark it, draw a thin line, mark it on both sides, on the left and on the right. Draw a thin line across the mark. Then from this point, you can easily bring out your window one. I want to see the position again, is in between. So now if I want to start, let me take the first one. The first one is in between 2005. It's placed in between 2005, and the second one is placed in between 3005. All I need to do is just to use my ruler, bring it out. I'll mark out 2005. So at this point, I'll position my window one, then another 3005, 25 plus 3005, that gives us 6000. So I can position the other one in the new space. So I'll just project a line from 2005. Let me see the position. It's in between. So I don't need to project a line. It's in between. I'll just carve it out in between this by measuring 1002. I'm assuming this is 1002 by 1002. Then in between 2005, I have another window which is 1002 height by 1002 width. Then the next thing is to check the type of window. I want to use a casement window. If I'm using a casement window, I'll just bring out the frames, bring out the casements. I'll bring out the frame outward. I'll do the same thing here. This is my frame. I'll just show that it's made of glass. So I'll bring out the last window. The last window is 600 by 600. So the height will be different from the first two. So this is 600 by 600. It's a toilet window. I also draw the frames. So once I'm done with that, I can erase this line. It's just to put all the windows on the same line. Thank you.